Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of the Commerce Lab by Ecomcy, the place for everything related to Amazon FBA, private label, and e-commerce. My name is Vincenzo Toscano, founder and CEO of Ecomcy, and today we bring you another very special guest. Her name is Melissa Simonson, and she's the head of marketing at Eva, which is actually all-in-one optimization platform for Amazon sellers to help you maximize your profit, grow substantially, and much more. Right. So that's why I think it's so great to have you today because I think it's gonna be amazing for our audience and all the listeners that are jumping in to learn about Eva and all the benefits they're gonna get by using their tool in their Amazon business. So before we jump into that, for sure, I wanna introduce you, bring you to the show, Melissa. Thank you for being here. How you doing
Thank
today?
you so much for having me. I appreciate being here and I'm excited to get started.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. I mean, I have seen everything that you with Ava, and I have tested. You even did a demo for me, so it's an amazing tool. And I think for sure we need to put this out there more so people can learn about the benefits, why it's important to have this into Amazon business. Yeah, looking forward to explore this today. So I think before we jump into that, for sure, I usually like to give my audience an introduction of who the speaker is, like, a little background about how maybe you got started into e-commerce, how you landed into Eva, and then we can go from there. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good. Yeah. So yeah, tell me, give me a bit of background, how you got started, how you discovered this Amazon world.
Oh, well, that's we have to go a ways back. So I first got into e-commerce. Many people wonder about my last name. I am related to Steve Simonson,
Yeah.
and he is my big brother. Everyone is always curious about what the relation is
Yeah.
there. So he's my big brother, and he's been in e-commerce forever.
I know, forever.
I think his first shopping cart sale was in 1998. So he really got started when things were fresh.
Yeah, 100%. Don't worry.
I'm so sorry. My dog wants to jump into the podcast. So
He wants to be famous as well.
that's right. So when Steve was, he sort of got to a point with his mastermind and some other things where he wanted to give back to the community. And so he created Empowery, and he wasn't sure
That's right.
how to found that and created and spent time with it when he's already so busy with his own businesses and
Yeah.
partnerships and things like that. So he asked if I would come on board with that, and I was very happy and excited to help out with that. So we built Empowery, and we started it in 2017, and then in 2018 we launched it, and since then it has become really a place where people can go for trusted resources in
I
the
know.
e-commerce space. And while I was, looking at partnerships and different ways that sellers can benefit from, excuse me, partnerships and services, I came across Eva. And so we actually partnered with Eva through Empowery. And I had additional conversations with 𝐂𝐈𝐊𝐄, the CEO, and found out that this, it was really a wonderfully done software that combined the services of many of our other partners through Empowery in one. And to me,
Yeah.
this was, this is sort of the future of e-commerce, is having many solutions where the information works together and gives you a better sense of your profitability and where you stand in your business, because information is power.
Yeah,
And when you
100%.
don't have it, you're really in a tough spot for your business.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I love it, to be honest. And now you also touch on Empower, just to make an emphasis on that, 100% recommended. I mean, I've been already in a few of the webinars and the masterminds you guys do. And yeah, the amount of knowledge and everything you guys provide is amazing. So definitely everybody that's listening, check Empower. I'm going to make
Check
sure to
out
also leave
Empowery.
a link on the description for that.
Beautiful.
Awesome. So now on the Eva side. So I mean the tool is, yeah, as you say, all in one. You have everything. You have everything that goes from basically handling your pricing, your inventory, reimbursement, PPC, the whole year, right? So I think
Yep,
maybe
that's
we can start by briefly introducing all these tools, right?
right. Hmm.
Yeah, just explain how they work, why you believe they're very important for Amazon sellers, and why they should definitely have them on their business. Yeah.
Absolutely. So I think, it's pretty obvious that people know, you got to be checking your Seller Central account. You need to have all the information for your sales, your inventory, all that stuff to really know what's going on day to day. And so a lot of people use tools for profit analytics, and then some people use tools for inventory management. Some people use a pricing tool, but mostly that's limited to resellers. But there is some functionality and some benefit to private labels to using a pricing tool as well that I think is relatively unexplored by most private label
Yeah.
businesses. So then having that as an additional tool, usually separate from the others, and then additionally, having PPC and then also reimbursements.
Yeah.
So having all of that data and all of those services combined into one is really the benefit here. So I'm going to see if I can share my screen.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
And I've never done this on stream.
Just just clicking share, and you should have the option to share your screen.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's gonna help a lot because I guess when people see the visual implementation, that's for sure gonna make it easier for explaining. Great. So I have it here. So I'm gonna bring it into screen.
All right.
Good. Here we go. Yeah.
So this is the executive dashboard. This is what you see when you first log in and you connect your Seller Central account. It pulls all of your data, and you can get a quick look at, this is where you stand, your profit details, your total sales, what marketplaces you're in, and you can see your total SKUs, how many of those SKUs the pricer is enabled for, and how many you're the buy box owner for. Some of them you will be chasing the buy box, and how many are suppressed. This is really vital information to make sure that you know which actions to take.
Yeah.
This tells you how many pricing decisions are going on for the SKUs that have the pricing tool enabled, and the price changes that put it above the minimum price, and then those that increase the sales price. This gives you another really great look at your sales and finance. All of this is in the executive dashboard is overview stuff to give you, hey, I only have a few minutes. I need to see where things are at. So this tells you, this is how many reimbursements. This is my total sales, FBA, FBM, cost of goods sold, which you enter manually. This tells you total refunds. And there's another section that I'll show you in a little bit that gives you an idea of where those refunds are coming from so that you can get really down deep to find out, again, which actions you need to be taking. Total expenses, total profit, quantity of units sold, and average sales.
Right. And I think this one is, sorry for interrupting. I just wanted to add that I'm surprised the amount of sellers I know that I meet when we do audits that don't have something like this. And it's such a powerful tool because just as you are showing it right here, you can see all your expenses, what is going on, what is happening. Because to be honest, in Seller Central, there is no way you can have something as graphical like this. So I just wanted to make a point on that. Why it's so important.
It's such a good point, because I think it's sort of, to me, like when you have, there's one math teacher. I feel like everyone gets one math teacher where they explain everything perfectly and you totally get it. But most of the time it's like, it's all Greek to me, like I don't understand what's happening here. And I feel like, to me, it's when tools can present things in multiple ways so that people who understand information in different ways, visually or with, just numbers, so that everyone who has a different way of inputting the information can get it, and so that they can see it at a glance. And this, is very powerful to me because, again, it also gives, many different looks here. So for this one, you can say, I really want to just focus on reimbursements. I want to focus on FBA sales. And this still is very much in the executive dashboard. So this, all of these areas go much deeper than this as well. This is a really good look at your expenses, refunds, cost of goods sold. And you can go one by one. It just gives you so many different ways of processing the information. This is a heat map, which, I think this is just brilliant. I love this so much because you can see where the majority of your orders are coming from. And if you know that, you have a better sense of where your 3PL should be located, if it should be
100%.
Yeah.
Imagine having your 3PL, I don't know, in New York, and all your sales are in California. Like, that's
right.
not smart.
Not great, right? And it's not always easy to gather that information manually or with some of the other tools. A lot of it you have to compile from several different sources. And what I love about this is that it's all talking to each other.
Yeah, for sure.
This gives you a good look at your storage fees so that you can keep track of, like, if there's a big jump, something must be going on there. Inventory monitoring. This tells you how many are your available units, what's FC transfer, what's inbound, and unfulfillable. You always want to know there's 387 units here, unfulfillable. Let's take a look at those and see if the reimbursements might come in handy there. So then you can go into your operations center and your daily sales, and you can, oops.
That's totally fine.
Okay.
That's part of the demo. That's
part of the demo. This is all planned. Okay, so in daily sales, then you can come in here and see day by day what your sales are versus the previous day. And you can even, let's say I want to compare these 2 days in particular. It can come down here and it gathers this data. So I can say what made this day so great compared to this day that had lower sales. And it compares these two. This is the first one I clicked, and this is the second one. So I can see this only sold 3 units on this day, 7 units on this day. And you really get a sense of what changed day to day that made one day a great sales day and one day maybe not so great.
Yeah. Awesome.
And then I really, people, they should connect their store so that they can really get a sense of how this data affects their business. Because one of the things that, and I think that people should know, one of the really important things about EVA is that we do not subscribe to the typical mindset of SaaS platforms or of subscription companies where you put your credit card number in, you get your free trial, and then it automatically charges you, right? It's one of the worst things I can think of is like, oh, I keep forgetting to end that free trial. Now I'm getting charged for the last 6 months. But we actually don't even collect credit card information. We want you to try it. We want you to connect your store and see what it looks like, what your numbers look like. And then you actually have to then enter your credit card information after when you say, you know what, I need this. And I'm deciding to go.
You 100% need for sure.
Yes. So then this gives you your top ASINs. Again, really powerful information. All of these things, by the way, are things that our sellers have said, hey, I would like to see a view that shows me these key data points. And so we said, okay, let's do that. And our engineers are amazing. The programmers just go in there and they create the answer to that. And again, another view here for understanding the math.
Yeah, very good.
Now, this is the pricing management section. And so when you first come in here and you say, I'm going to calculate my optimal minimum price.
Yeah.
You come in here and you enter your product cost, any additional costs, like if you pay VAs, and so you spread that cost over, and you can calculate by profit or by minimum price. And if you calculate by profit, you can go minimum ROI or minimum margin. And then you get the number here. And let me see if I can go to one of these and see if this one has it enabled and give you a good option.
And I think it's actually very interesting, this repricer you're going to be explaining next, because I think most people think that when they do FBA, they shouldn't be touching the price at all. But I'm pretty sure you're going to be explaining next what is the huge advantage of that and why you should be testing. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. I mean, I'll say one word to sum it up the best way: hijackers and suppressed ASINs and SKUs. So, all right. So this is sort of where you come in here and this pumps out the information that you really need to see: your product cost, FBA fee, storage fee, and it gives you the profit, your margin, and your ROI %. This is really powerful. And then that data, of course, talks to the pricing tool. So when it's making pricing decisions, it's using all of that. You can also come in here then and set your pricing settings.
Yeah.
And so you can say, you know what, I only want to compete with the same fulfillment type as me, only FBA. Otherwise, it will compete with both FBA and FBM. But you might have a product where somebody comes in, they hijack the listing, but they only have like 4 units, right? You don't want to lower your price for that.
Just because of that,
You can also set scheduled pricing. Now, when this is enabled, the minimum price is reduced by the percentage and the frequency that you set. There's tons of uses for this. I know that many people are probably going through those in their minds, but it's one of those things that you have many different ways of controlling your pricing, even though you have a tool that is helping you set that. Set fixed price is it's just exactly what it sounds like. If I set this, then it will stay at this price or whatever price I set it at until I change that. So you can enable the pricing so that at some point you can have that going. But you might say, I'm nervous about this right now. I'm going to set it on this particular one because I'm in a season that won't allow for a lot of movability. So I'm going to set a fixed price, and then I'm going to enable that later with my minimum and maximum that I've already set up.
Awesome. Okay.
Your map price, when this is enabled, your price is not going to go below the minimum advertising price. I know you guys already know why that's important.
Yeah, for sure.
Profit is not profit until you have factored in your advertising costs, right?
Yeah, for sure. That happens a lot. I mean, people think they're making money, but when they see the reports, they're negative.
Oh, and it hurts. It hurts.
Yeah.
Okay, and this one, actually, this is a fairly recent one that we got requests from many of our customers. And so this actually makes it so yo-yo spiral upward effect increases the price in the entered interval and remains fixed in the entered period. So this makes it so you can increase for a period of time, and then it will continue that setting, and it will continue to spiral upward as the category, as the sales velocity, as all of that allows. And then you can enable buy box sharing. And I'll show you this one real quick. One of the things that people worry about most with this is this just going to be a race to the bottom? You know, if I am always trying to win the buy box, then I'm going to always be lowering my price, and then they're going to lower their price and lower.
And nobody makes money.
Right. And that is like, then people think that's what pricing tools are. I don't want to be a part of that. And so I'm just going to do things myself. But this gives you the opportunity to share the buy box so that you're not necessarily lowering your price to own the buy box all the time. I can say, you know, I want to own it 64% of the time, 65% of the time, or 22% of the time. And that way you can actually control whether or not you are lowering your price and things like that.
Great.
So that's one of the really cool tools. There's, I mean, we could go for days about.
Yeah, I mean, just the amount of strategies I can think. Yeah, there are hundreds.
Yeah.
So many things you can do.
Excuse me. So I'll continue this. And then if you have questions in between, you just let me know and we can pause. I know I'm trying to race through this. So
don't worry. Yeah, you just want to make sure we cover as many tools as possible so people can have a full insight of everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because sometimes it's that one thing, the one piece of Eva that is solving that problem that you have been struggling with. And then you get into the tool and you actually see, oh my gosh, this actually solves this and this and this. And because my profit analytics factor in my reimbursed inventory, my reimbursed dollar amounts, that is a more accurate number than I can get with other tools, right? So we have not only this dashboard with reimbursement analytics, but we also have the service. And for several of our seller types, our customer levels, we include reimbursements for free. So it's
so that means you guys take care of all the process for your clients, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Nice.
So this gives you an idea of how that looks. So you can see the reimbursed inventory, the potential recovery, and then the reimbursed amount and potential recovery amount in dollars or in units here. You can see month over month what the reimbursements have been. And here's what's really cool. You can see who reimbursed this. So you can see this orange. This is reimbursed by Amazon. This is reimbursed by Eva. This was by another company here.
Yeah.
This is reimbursed quantity. So this is the quantity rather than the dollar amount. And then quantity by Eva. You can see a giant jump right here. Yeah. and on and on. And what's more, we also give you the reimbursed amounts by type of reimbursement.
Yeah. I love that because you can find out what is going on. Yeah.
Yeah. This is like really powerful. And I can just click on some of these and see, what's the quantity, what's the amount of money that I'm losing for customer returns, and this is for this month, but I can look at any month in particular and I can export that data very quickly, very easily.
Yeah.
And then I can come in here and see one by one. Okay, these are pending cases that were opened by Eva. These are approved cases that were opened by Amazon, Eva. I can go one by one and see where these are.
That's awesome.
So no matter where you're coming from reimbursement services, whether you have never done it, you've tried to open your own cases, but you're not sure, or you have you're relying on Amazon, you can see okay, this one that I thought was an issue, that's already been handled by Amazon, but this one I don't see anywhere on here. And you
Yeah.
get that when you connect your account to Eva regardless. So
Yeah.
that's really powerful information. Imagine just having your free trial and seeing all of the
Understanding, yeah, how efficient is the tool and everything, and making your decision on that for sure. That's
That's
amazing.
right.
Yeah.
All right, now in inventory management, this is
Yeah.
probably one of
The
my
fun part.
favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not going out of
This
stock.
it's what everybody's mind is on, right?
Yeah, for sure. Especially now with everything
Logistics.
that's happening with supply chain and everything.
Oh,
It's
for sure. It's one of
crazy.
those really tough issues that people, they're not sure how to get a handle on it. And so having a tool where you have the inventory management in combination with your profit analytics and a pricing tool. Now, this is where it gets really fun because when you have this data for your inventory
Mm.
management and it is projecting your stock outs, it's projecting your, what's your restock day and required funds, it's also working with the pricing tool to say, uh-oh, we only have 7 days inventory. And with this velocity, this sales velocity, we're going to run out of stock. We need to increase the price. And it's going
Yeah.
to help handle that for you, which is really powerful.
Yeah. Especially if you have like hundreds of products, like imagine, yeah, doing that manually is crazy.
Oh my gosh.
I know from experience. Yeah.
That's tough, right? And that's a lot of stress and a lot of, you can get overwhelmed. So let's say I want to take a look in here and see what would it take for me to fully replenish. And
Mhm.
I can simulate that and come down here and watch what happens. So this is it's listing out all of my things here and it tells me, okay, this one, you need 37 units. This one,
Mm.
141. And this is going based on seasonality, current number of units, the velocity of your sales, and how many units you have in FC transfer and things like that. So it's telling you exactly how many. But what if I don't have $10,258? What if I only have $6,000 and I need to know, how do I prioritize which items I do, which items I replenish?
Yeah.
Then it comes in here and says, okay, if you only have 6,000, do 26 of this one, 99 of that one,
Wow, that's the first
21 of
time I
this,
see a tool doing
right?
that. It's
I
amazing.
mean,
Yeah.
it blows my
Yeah.
mind with how amazing it really is. And
Yeah.
you can go, of course, into these in more depth. But this is sort of the quick overview
That's awesome.
and quick demo so that everyone can kind of get a
Yeah,
sense.
I mean, to be honest, I personally love all the tools you just share. I mean, just the amount of time you save just on the last one itself, the inventory one is totally worth it. So
Yeah.
it's definitely a must. So yeah, I mean, I 100% think it's super valuable, and I actually think we didn't even cover all the features because I remember when I was having a look, there are so many more things that people can do. So definitely, I would advise everybody to jump into the tool and yeah, give it a try.
Yeah.
100%.
100%. Well, and what's great is we have 24/7 customer support. So our customer success team is really happy to walk anybody through it, and they will help you connect your store so that you can pull your data for your store and say, okay, I want to
Mm,
understand this tool better and see if this is a good fit for me, see if this works well for me. And then you can walk through not only, how Eva works, but how it works for you and how it looks for your business. So I encourage everyone, you can call the 800 number, it's 24/7, or there's a chat on our homepage at eva.guru. But I'm sure Vincenzo has a
yeah.
beautiful link for you guys.
Yeah, 100%. I'm gonna make sure to put all the links, anything, trials, everything on the description so you guys can, yeah, can jump in and give it a try because as you say, I mean, there's nothing to lose, and I'm
Yeah.
100% confident that once you give it a try, you definitely don't want to leave it.
Yeah, that's so true. I will say we have an incredibly high rate of like customers staying. Our churn rate is very low for customers leaving the tool because once they get into it, it's very hard for them to want to leave that information on the
Yeah.
table and say, "Oh, I'm just going to wing it."
Yeah, I mean, and the other thing I love, to be honest, just once people explore the pricing, is that you guys give a full spectrum of of prices. So if maybe I just need a little thing
Yeah.
or the bigger package, you offer that, which is amazing because some tools they make you pay that price is regardless of you needing these tools or not. But the fact that you guys get the freedom is amazing
Right.
as well. So
Yeah,
great.
that actually that brings up a really great point. There are some of our competitors in the pricing area where they will actually charge you a percentage
Mm, yeah.
of of your like revenue, which is it's crazy to me because I mean, you guys know, sorry, as the light is cueing me. Um, but you guys know as sellers, when you get down to it, then with the FBA fees and the shipping, all that stuff, it really adds so much into your profit margin. And when you thought, initially you're marking your price up this much, you're going to have this level of ROI or this profit margin, and then you see with advertising costs and everything, it really leaves you very little room for movement with the high competition on Amazon now.
Yeah.
So having a tool where you have to then part with more of your profit margin that's super painful,
I
and
know.
it's just not something that we want to be part of.
That's amazing. Yeah. Thank you very much, Melissa. I think the demo you provided today was so valuable. So I'm 100% confident people is gonna give it a try and yeah, enjoy it 100%. So
Thank you,
let
Vincenzo.
it's a pleasure. So I think before we close today's episode, I don't know if you wanna share with the audience for sure if people can reach out to you, maybe your LinkedIn. Yeah,
Oh,
anything that
sure.
you wanna share before we close today's episode?
Oh yeah, I'm on LinkedIn. I don't know, it's under Melissa Simonson.
Yeah, your name.
And you can always reach out to me personally through email at melissa.simonson@eva.guru. You can find me on Instagram at Sulin Smiles. There's a whole story. Don't worry about it. And
Let's keep
then
it for another episode.
yeah, that's right. Another episode. And then on Twitter and some of the other ones at Real Melissa Simo. So I would
Awesome.
love to answer any questions anybody has and help put you in touch with our sales team and our customer success team to make sure that you get a full picture of how Eva can help you out.
Great. Thank you very much, Melissa. So definitely I'm gonna have you in next episode anytime soon to keep explaining the tool. And yeah, let's keep spreading this knowledge which I think is amazing on the tool and everything. So thank you very much for
Beautiful.
your time. Okay.
I'll look forward to seeing you on the next Empower call.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Okay. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.